Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Living Wisdom and Dharma World. Today, we're diving into something that touches every corner of our lives, whether we realize it or not. It's the heart of the Buddha's teaching, karma, and what it really means to take self-responsibility. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to inspire others on their path of discovery. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your reflections may spark meaningful conversations and mutual growth. Together, let's start the exploration. Now, I know the word responsibility might bring up a sense of pressure or even guilt for some of us. But in the light of Dharma, it's actually the opposite. Self-responsibility is not a burden, it's a profound freedom. It's the power to shape our life, not in some distant future, but right now, moment by moment, through the energy of our own thoughts, words, and actions. So today, let's explore what karma truly means, not the pop culture version. We'll talk about how embracing self-responsibility helps us grow in our relationships, career, and emotional life. And we'll walk through how we can actually practice this in simple, meaningful ways, with the Buddha as our guide. What is karma, really? Let's start by clarifying one of the biggest misunderstandings around karma. So often we hear people say things like, "That's karma," when someone suffers. But that's not quite the Buddha's teaching. Karma doesn't mean fate or punishment. It's not a cosmic scoreboard. The Buddha said in Anguttara Nikaya 6.63, "Volition is karma, I tell you. For having willed, one acts by body, speech, and mind." Karma simply means intentional action. It's what we choose to do through our thoughts, our words, and our deeds, and the natural consequences that follow. It's like planting seeds. If you plant a mango seed, you get a mango tree. If you plant hatred, you get conflict. If you plant generosity, you harvest trust and goodwill. And the most empowering part is this: we are always planting seeds. Every moment is a new seed. That's why self-responsibility is so central. No one else is planting those seeds for you. Only you can choose what grows in the garden of your life. Self-responsibility means tending your own garden. Let's bring this into daily life. Imagine you're at work. A colleague takes credit for something you did. That familiar frustration rises up inside you. Maybe the first instinct is to blame them, lash out, gossip behind their back. But if we're practicing with mindfulness and an awareness of karma, we stop. We ask ourselves quietly, what kind of seed am I planting if I respond with anger or spite? Will it bring me closer to peace or further into pain? This moment of pause, this willingness to check in and take ownership of our response, that is self-responsibility. It doesn't mean we stay silent or accept injustice, but it means we respond from clarity instead of reactivity. Self-responsibility begins inside. The Buddha taught again and again that suffering isn't caused only by the world around us. It's often the way we interpret and respond to things. He put it plainly in Dhammapada 165, "By oneself is evil done. By oneself is one defiled. By oneself is evil undone. By oneself is one purifying." Purity and impurity depend on oneself. No one can purify another. In other words, no one else is responsible for our peace of mind. You don't have to wait for someone to apologize for you to heal. You don't need the past to change for you to transform in the present. What we do right now, with awareness and intention, is what shapes our path forward. You can think of it like being the driver of your own car. The road may have bumps, but you're still holding the wheel. Self-responsibility in relationships. Now, let's look at relationships. This is where things often get real. We love, we argue, we misunderstand each other. And sometimes we fall into the trap of thinking it's all their fault. But the Buddha invites us to come back again and again to our own mind, our own karma. He taught in Majjhima Nikaya 21, speak only the speech that is true, gentle, meaningful, and spoken at the right time. Taking self-responsibility in relationships means we own our part. We don't say, "You made me feel this way." Instead, we might say, "When you said that, I felt hurt." That shift from accusation to awareness opens the door to healing. Even when we've been wronged, we still get to choose how we respond. And in doing so, we plant the seeds for future trust, understanding, and peace. Self-responsibility in work and career. In the workplace, self-responsibility is about more than just meeting deadlines. It's about integrity, mindfulness, and compassion in action. Are we contributing in a way that uplifts others? Are we honest and ethical in our dealings? Do we bring our full attention to the task at hand? Or do we let resentment and restlessness seep into our work? The Buddha emphasized right livelihood as part of the Noble Eightfold Path. He advised us to avoid professions that bring harm and to engage in work that benefits others and supports our spiritual growth. One should earn a living in a righteous way and avoid wrong livelihood. Dijaan Nikaya 31. Work isn't just a means to earn, it's a field where we sow karma daily. Every email, every decision, every interaction with a colleague is an opportunity to practice awareness and compassion. Self-responsibility at home. Now, think about your home life. How we treat the people closest to us often reveals our deepest habits. How do you speak to your partner when you're exhausted? How do you show up for your kids when your mind is full of stress? Do you care for your body as a sacred vehicle of practice, or neglect it with harshness or distraction? These small, daily choices are the essence of karma in action. The Buddha taught that we must guard our mind, speech, and actions, not as a form of control, but as a path to peace. The more responsibility we take, the more empowered we become. We realize, I can be the calm in this storm. I can choose differently, even when it's hard. The story of transformation. Ashoka the Great. Let's remember the story of Emperor Ashoka, one of the most powerful rulers in Indian history. He waged a brutal war against the people of Kalinga, and more than 100,000 people were killed. After the war, he walked through the devastation. He saw the grief, the burning homes, the suffering he had caused, and it broke him. But instead of denying it or blaming others, he wept. He turned inward. He took responsibility. Ashoka found the Dharma. He changed completely, from a ruthless conqueror to a compassionate, ethical king. He built hospitals, supported monks, promoted nonviolence, and spread the Buddha's teachings far and wide. Self-responsibility didn't break him. It awakened him. How do we practice this? So, how do we begin? Not through perfection, but through practice. Start by pausing and reflecting. Before you speak, before you act, check in. Ask yourself, is this coming from a place of wisdom or reactivity? What kind of seed am I planting right now? In the evening, take a few minutes to journal. Reflect gently. What did I do today that brought peace? Where did I fall short? And what can I learn from it? Meditation is also key. Even 5 minutes of stillness helps us see the patterns of the mind and soften our reactions. As the Buddha said in Majjhima Nikaya 19, whatever one frequently thinks and ponders upon, that becomes the inclination of the mind. And when we make mistakes, and we all do, Don't collapse into shame. Regret is natural, but use it as fuel to grow. The Buddha spoke of wise remorse as the sign of a healthy conscience, not a flaw. Closing thoughts. You have the power. Dear friends, taking responsibility for your life is not a burden. It is a doorway to liberation. No matter what karma you've inherited, no matter what mistakes you've made, you are planting seeds right now. Your future is still being shaped. The Buddha said in Itavataka 44, even if one has done much evil, if one later covers it with wholesome deeds, like a river washes away dirt, one becomes pure. You are not bound by your past. The Dharma is here to help you begin again. So, plant good seeds, tend to them daily, and trust that with patience and practice, your garden will bloom. Thank you for listening. If this teaching touched your heart, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might need a little encouragement today. Drop a comment below, let me know. Where are you practicing self-responsibility in your life? Or what seed do you want to plant starting today? Let's walk this path together with honesty, with courage, and with compassion.